What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to look at adding the UI for the admin or the user, so we can add the post. So yeah, let's go ahead and add this UI. Okay, so before actually adding the UI, we will write Seeder. So we have some raw data so that we can work on. Let's go ahead and create a seeder. So to create a seeder, we can actually run php and make seeder. We can name it post table seeder. Okay, and we can go to post table seeder. So we can go to post table seeder and we can actually call the factory to create these posts. So first of all, we also need to create the factory. So for that, we actually do the php and make factory. So we'll name it post factory. So the post factory will actually give us the content of this post, and so the seeder will actually take this content and run it and create all the posts for us. So let's go ahead and actually go to look at the seeders in factory. We can actually go to database and factories and also seeder. So here we have our post factory. So here we're telling automatically actually Laravel try to assert like which model this factory is related to. So it told us like this is related to post class. If it doesn't, so you can actually go ahead and write yourself, so don't worry about it. So here we actually will add the definition for this, and this is the post table seeder. So we want to add the title, and we want to add the content, and we'll set this to is active to true, and we also want to set the user ID to 1. Okay, and to add the title and content, we actually can leverage the figure library. So each actually factory exposes this figure library, so we can actually the sentence. Okay, so it will give us the string, and then we can add sentences, and here we can actually add maybe we can add paragraphs, and we need maybe 3 paragraphs. And let's go ahead and check what it will return. Okay, so I think this should work. Let's go ahead and run it, and we'll see like how it works. So here we can actually go ahead and post factory maybe 10, and then we can say create. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this seeder. To run the seeder, we can actually go to the terminal and again run php artisan db seed class post table seeder. So yeah, there is some problem here. So let's go ahead and see what is the problem here. Let's go ahead and open it in the terminal here. Okay, so the array is to string, so I was hoping this would happen. So we can actually go here and we can do this implode. So this figure actually returns an array, and so we can actually convert this array to string. So we can do this. Okay, by space we can actually, and instead of 3 we can actually make maybe 5 paragraphs. And yeah, let's go ahead and join them using br, so we'll have at least line breaks there. Let's go ahead and run it again. Okay, so database seeding is run. Let's go ahead and check the database post model here. Okay, so we got 10 record here, and yeah, let's go ahead and add the UI for this. So for that, actually we'll need go ahead and create another route here, and here we can actually we'll create a new controller and mark it as a post controller. We'll mark this controller as a resource controller. So if when we mark the controller as a resource, we give a resource flag, so it will create all the methods inside, like create, index, view, edit, update, and destroy. So let's go ahead and check this post controller first before going ahead. So you can see like the post controller, we have all the methods here, and yeah, that's all we need here. at this time. So we will actually mark it as a resource, and we'll call it posts, and we can provide the post controller here. And we don't need to provide this route because Laravel will automatically add the route name for this resource controller. So let's go ahead and run the PHP adds and route list so you understand how this work. Okay, so once you run this PHP adds and route list, so you can see like once you actually declare this controller as a resource controller in your route file, it will automatically create these 4 routes for you. This is post.create, and it is mapped to post controller at create method, and get method, this is just to show the post. It is mapped to show method, and then the same for update, destroy, and edit. So first of all, let's go ahead and we will add the index method. Here we will take the leverage from this method and add it in our navbar. So let's go ahead and return this view index, and we'll create this layout here. In the user, we can actually create posts, and then we create index.relate.php here, and here we can actually leverage again the admin layouts. And section, and we can actually mark it as a post page index. Let's go ahead and refresh to see like if everything is working fine, and we also need to add this into our navbar. So to add into the navbar, we can go here, and we can actually add another URL, and this time we will not add any dropdown here. Then we can remove all of this, and we can call this M or auto, and let's see how this works, and then we will add the text as well. Okay, so we got over here. So here we can actually add actually let's not add all of this drop-down toggle thing, and we will just make a nav link and remove this all the drop-down customization from here. And here we can actually route as to posts.index, so it will open the post.index, and we can change it to posts. Okay, and let's remove this guy as well, we don't need this. Okay, so I think it should work now. Let's go ahead. Okay, so if we go to posts here, and it's going to wait, so we need to add the full path for this template here. So user post index, so let's go ahead and refresh it. Okay, so we get the post. So let's go ahead and show all the posts for this user in the tabular format. So for that, actually what we can do is we can use the auth facade, and we'll get the user, and from here we can actually get all the posts, and then we can actually use the pagination to paginate on this post. Let's not do this, and we can actually get the post only for this video. In the next video, maybe we'll look at how what is pagination and how we can use it. So here we can actually pass this parameter post into this array. So the reason actually this is complaining that there is some problem here, because its view is actually not returning the response, so it is returning the view. So Laravel actually behind the scene create this response from this view. It compile this, create HTML, and then this HTML is going to response. So for this to stop, we can actually put mixed here, and it will go away. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, and here we can actually add the post table here. And we can actually also add table dash body, and now we will add head. In the head we can have title and content, and we will display active. Clear and updated, and then we can also do the same for the body, and then we can iterate on posts as post, and we can display all the rows here. So first row is the ID, so we can actually use the post.id, and the second is title, so we'll use the title, and the third one is content, and here we will check if it is active, we will display Y, otherwise no. Created it, and then we'll do the same for post.updated it, so it will show all the tables fields here. So let's go ahead and refresh it. So as you can see, like, we got a very nice table. So there are still some problems, right? We will actually fix all these problems here now. And the first problem is we don't want to display all the content here, so we'll just limit this, and then there should be some spacing between the table and this top navbar. So let's go ahead and fix both of these issues. So first issue we need to fix is this navbar. So for this we can actually wrap this content inside this div, and we can put a margin to this, MT5 maybe, and I think this should work for the first issue. Okay, for the second issue we will go ahead and limit the length of the content that we're going to display. This is the first thing that we need to. For that we can actually use the string limit function, so it will actually limit all the function here, limit the content to whatever the length we will specify. For example, let's put it 30, which seems reasonable. Let's go ahead and refresh it. Okay, cool. So now the content is reduced to this one, and then we have active, created it, and updated. Before we go, actually one more thing that we need to do, we'll include the Bootstrap icon here, and let's install this icon here in our project. To install this, we can actually use the CDN link, and in our admin layout, let's go ahead and add this link here. Okay, and we'll also use this icon in our other layouts. So let's go ahead and add this in other layouts as well. So in the app, and also in the guest view, guest layout. Okay, so we have added all the icons here, and let's go ahead and add the icons in the table instead of this YRN. So we'll just do this guy. Let's search for checkmark and also for the cross. Okay, so for the checkmark we can actually use check circle, and we can give it a color of green, and maybe we can use this one, pair check. It seems a little bit nicer. Okay, for the checkmark we can use the checkmark here. We can use maybe check circle fill, and for the cross we can actually use this circle thing here. Let's go and find the circle. Yeah, so X circle fill, we will use this guy, and let's go ahead and copy it out. And then for the check mark, we can actually copy this one, check mark, this guy. So let's go ahead and copy this. This will be using for no, and the same for this. For the check mark, we'll be using this. Okay, so it will not work, but I just want to show you that why it will not work. So as you can see, like, it spitted out the HTML that we added instead of actually rendering it. So we actually use special tags to render the HTML. So these tags actually are this. So you use a curly brace and then two exclamation marks, and yeah, that's it. So let's go ahead and refresh this, and this time we get these check marks in. Now we need to add the colors to these check marks as well. So if it is a check mark, so we'll mark it as success, and if it's a color circle, we will mark it as a danger. Okay, and I think, yeah, so all these are active, and none of it is deactive. So yeah, that's it for this video. So we added the tabular view for this. So in the next video we'll add the create post and edit post here as well. And yeah, till then I'll see you. Cheers, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. It will actually help this channel a lot. See you. Bye bye.